Hey guys, WhatiF here, and welcome back to NASCAR Heat 2 Championship Mode for race 8-24. We're in Xfinity Series, and we're going to Richmond. Last race was at Bristol, and it was a pretty good race. It was not too much of a shit show, and it was good. I encourage anybody that's watching this to watch the last race. So, here's the settings. Auto hard difficulty 13, 25% race like I'm fucking stupid. 3 times wear, strict yellow stages on single, and yeah, same stuff as always. So. Yeah, and here's the standings. We have a 6-point lead over Blake Cook, and Jeff Green's still in the top 10, so that's amazing, all on its own. So yeah. Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to show you the car setup for Richmond, and we'll head into qualifying and all the good stuff that I normally do. Here we are at Richmond Raceway, and this is the setup we'll be going with for today. It is basically just a wedge adjustment, so it's all the way down, and the right rear tire pressure at 32. So that's really the 2 big changes. So anyways, without further ado, I'm going to get into qualifying and hope we start on the inside line because that's the lane where you want to be here. Off of turn 4, we'll see what this lap time is, and it will place us 27. So we're starting on the inside line, that's perfect. And we'll see who started on the pole for curiosity's sake, and it's Ryan Reed. Blake Cook 7th, okay. And Jeff Green 18th, so yeah, okay. So we got a little bit of work to do to catch up to Blake Cook, so let's get this race underway. Here we are, the race is about to begin. Get ready. And the green flag's out. We're underway here at Richmond. And we have 35 in the fuel and 62 in the race. So it should be a one-stop race if this goes green all the way. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I'm just saying, just because I'm sure people are wondering. So turn the mirror on. Let's just try to maintain the bottom. They're just all bunched up, they're just in a wad. So I'm going to really try to take my time. We already moved up into 21st, so we already gained 6 spots before the race before the first lap was even concluded. So yeah, we're off to a great start. So I'm just going to try to keep the bottom as much as I can. As Michael Annett kind of chokes off turn 2 a little bit, we'll get to his inside here, brake a little bit, and we'll get the spot. So we'll pass Jeff Green and Annett. Now we move inside the top 20. We're in 18th. And it looks like, I don't know, Ryan Reed's trying to lose the lead as best as he can. Get off turn 2 pretty good. I thought we were going to lose the bottom. We weren't on the bottom, but I thought somebody would get to our inside, but that was not the case. And again, another decent run through 3 and 4. Get to the inside of Almirola. Try to get to the inside of Keselowski. And I think, Elliott Sadler's in a juicy DLC scheme, so that's awesome to see. So, we'll try to get by those 2. I have no idea where Blake Cook's running. I know he started inside the top 10, but I don't know where he is now. I'm trying to look up ahead of me, and I can't tell. Might be just inside the top 10. I'm not sure. We got by Keselowski. Now we're going to try to get by Justin Allgaier. As long as we keep the bottom lane here, should be able to kind of get our way up through the field. One thing that's a big problem here at this track, at least on this game, is just hitting the yellow line. For some reason, it's kind of like this at other tracks, but it really makes its presence known here. Like if you touch it, it just whips you around so violently. So I don't know why it's like that. I don't think it should be that extreme. But yeah, I really just can't wait for this field to kind of spread out a little bit more, because from what I was noticing when I was practicing for this race, I could really go into these corners so damn aggressively, like in turn 1 and 3. So once they start to spread out a little bit more, I can really start to kind of go on the big time offensive and just start gaining spots here. As of right now, I'm still kind of backing up the corner a little bit just so I don't make contact with any of them. But we're going to get 11th here. Going to pass Matt Tiff. Harvick's giving me the bottom. He hits the brakes a little bit on the straightaway. Tiff gives me a shot for no good reason, and thankfully that did it. Okay, that was going to damage my car, but. So, we're almost inside the top 10, and the field's starting to spread out just a little bit more, so it's getting there. My God, Clemens just, what kind of exit off turn 4 was that? So we're going to get to the inside of Poole. Oh my God, don't hit Gon, okay. Look at that, we gained 2 spots there, and I think Blake Cook is in the top 5. I tell you, Blake Cook, championship runner, I would have never guessed it in this championship mode. We're making our way up through the field, already up into the top 10. We're in 7. Now we just need to get by Gon. And it looks like Ryan Reed is still leading with, I think, William Byron in second. So we're going to dive bomb turn 1 off the track a little bit sideways, but we've gone up a bit there. And there we go, we get 6th place. And Gaughan's going to lose more spots, so I'm sure he's going to kick my ass at the end of this race. What on earth? That's the second car that's done that, where they just kind of... What do you even call that? Like, Cook just kind of did like a Texas thing at Richmond, where he like kind of goes up the track, then goes back down and slows up. Like, I don't know. This game always has something weird to go for it. You know, I just can't have a normal race. Something just bizarre has to happen in it. Drop to Daniel Hemrick. It's only a matter of time until we pass him. Just trying to set him up here. And I don't want to get into the back of him or anything. We just lost so much time there. So this might be a few laps in the making to make this pass. So we just get a decent run off the corner here. Nope. Okay. Well, we'll try it again here in turn 1. I don't think this is. I don't think it's dive bomb worthy. I mean, I could have tried it, but I don't trust the car, so I'm not gonna risk it. So still trying to get by him. Again, Ryan Reed still maintaining the lead. He's actually gapping William Byron. I think that's in second. It looks like it is. Eric Jones is in third. So it looks like, you know, everything in front of me now is finally kind of stabilized and kind of calmed down. So now we can kind of just start picking these guys off one by one and just still trying to strategize around freaking Hemrick here. As I don't know. I'm kind of messing up a little bit. I think I can go with these corners a little bit better, like being on the bottom a bit more. But I'm just not. So, trying to diamond it a little bit, or at least go up high and then kind of duck it back down low. And it's not quite working, so I guess I'm just going to have to go into some good old-fashioned sweat mode to make this pass, because it's not really happening right now.
Steady.
Well, we got to the outside of him. He kind of slowed up on the back straightaway for some reason, so I was able to kind of close the gap in a bit. But again, still having a hard time trying to get around him, so I'm going to have to try to do this on the inside here. And I feel like I'm going to be put in a situation where it's like, in order to make the pass or attempt to make the pass, I'm going to have to kind of dive on the corner a little bit. So I'm going to try to set him up here. We're close to him now. I'm going to try to do this here into turn 1. So I'm just going to bomb it in here. And there we go. Okay. Drift up the track a bit. Get back down low. Into P4 for a second. Now we got the preferred lane going to 3, so we should be able to get this spot no problem. And there we go into 4th place. Now our sights on Eric Jones. Car's fast. It's definitely, like, even with that lap there, I ran 21.3. So if I was like not around anyone and I didn't have to worry about anybody, could go for the best lap of, or at least my record best. So I don't know. It looks like William Byron's trying to close the gap on Ryan Reed of all people. So yeah, we're just not there on Eric Jones. We're just a little bit away, and I think it's also factoring in that our tires are worn at this point. I don't know when these drivers are going to pit, but the left sides aren't that bad, so I could probably get away with just taking 2 tires on the green flag pit stop, and I think we'll be fine. Even taking like maybe a can and a half or so, I think we'll be good. And again, as I ramble on, I get 3rd place. So now our sights on 2nd and 1st. Is they're right up the road for me. Is William Byron gonna pit? It's like he's arcing it very down, like just very weirdly. No, I guess not, but that's a weird entry to go into turn 3. But yeah, we're catching these drivers now. From the looks of it here, this seems to be the kind of car to have race-winning potential, as we're slowly catching them bit by bit. So I'm just curious. And again, Byron's taking such an extreme defensive line into these corners, like it is just killing his speed. And we're going to try to get to his inside here. Byron, you're going to give me room, okay? Nip the apron a tiny bit, go up the track, but should be able to have the preferred lane here going into 3 as long as he doesn't fully pass me. He has a car length on me. Tried to shut the door, but I was in there, and there we go. End the P2. Now we just have to catch Ryan Reed for the lead, and that kind of rhymed. A few laps later, and now we are right there to Ryan Reed. I don't have the Just didn't have enough there to really kind of send it into turn one to get to his inside. Lost a little bit of ground there. Now the question is, because we're only about 10 laps in the fuel, so I can make it to about lap 39, maybe lap 40 if I'm lucky. But I don't know what these other AI drivers are going to do, because if they pit much sooner, I don't want them to get such a big undercut on me if I pit much later. So I might have to pit with them. So I'm hoping that, you know, I realize this soon enough. As we get the lead on Ryan Reed, by the way, and there we go, almost halfway into the race, and now we got the lead. So I think that's our first lead change of the race, because Ryan Reed's been the leader since the drop of the green flag. So, all right, I'm shocked. We have a race-winning car. It's awesome. Oh boy, I see in my mirror they're like all the way down the back straightaway. I think they're pitting this lap, and they are. Damn, they're still gonna get the undercut. Well, I'm gonna pit this lap, I guess. So yeah, it seems like the other AI drivers are gonna make it to the end. I could probably stay out a little bit longer, but I don't want them to get too big of an undercut on me. So I have to pit this lap. It's a risk because I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna have to do this now so I don't lose too much spots. So this keeps going. So 40 miles an hour, and we get down there just fine. We're going to put in 1 can of fuel, 2 right side tires, not repair damage, and that should be good for us. So this should be the best strategy overall, because our left sides really weren't too worn. So it's kind of like Bristol here, so we got to kind of take that approach here as well. What the hell? Oh my god, they just he's so. Mike Harmon's driver is so damn nice. He just lets them go. He just lets them go when they get out of peril. It's like freaking F1. Here we go, 9.3. Not too bad, but I feel like we're going to lose so much time because we were down peril with all these other cars. I didn't think it'd be that much of an issue, but I guess it was. So, I mean, we're cycled out in first. I really wasn't sure if I was going to cycle back out into the lead, but it looks like it's going to be the case. So now we got a 1.8 lead over Ryan Reed. I think it's because I took, 2 tires that really helped me out. And our left sides are only at a 71, so not the best, but it should be able to hang on here as we have kind of decent track position. So, and we're going to have a bunch of lap cars in the midst of all this, so it should be good for us to kind of gap ourselves from Ryan Reed, as Timmy Hill just does whatever he does off turn 4. But yeah, this is good, so I'm just going to kind of calm down, throw in some laps, and see if I can maintain this lead or whatever. Oh my god. I was just thinking in my brain, it was just like, this is like the same sort of shit that happened in my career mode, where like I was leading and then a caution came out, I pitted and it screwed me over. It's a different scenario, but it's like the same sort of principle. So we got Clemens, we got Blake Hook in 7th, Tifton 10th, and Jeff Green, where are you? Oh my god. You are a lap dead. You're 32nd with frickin' BJ McLeod. Oh well. I know we'll get out to a good start here and do well. I just don't know if we can maintain the lead. It seemed like it was kind of about the same, so I don't know. So green flag's back out. That was our very first caution of the day. So we got 16 to go, and yes, we got out to an amazing start, like always it seems like at this track. So we'll try to do our best and hold the lead. Now we got no lap down cars in our sights, so it's just all going to come down to that juicy driver talent. 9 laps to go into the race. Really nothing has changed, but I'm obviously still leading. But Ryan Reed has just been consistently there since the drop of the green flag. It's ranged from being like 0.2 of a second back to a little bit over half a second. But he is still right there, and if my tires continue to fall off more and more, it's just going to get harder. So it's going to be tough. I'm just going to have to really hit my marks and not make any mistakes in order to have a chance to win this race. Oh my god. This game is trying so hard to screw me out of a win. My god, my phone, please stop looping. I'm really intense. Darrell Wallace at 11th. Wow. Tiff is pitting, so he might have had a tire go down. Typical Matt Tiff sort of situation there. And freaking Carl Long. Freaking Jeff Green. You are in 30. Oh my god. He's trying to do. God damn it. Eric Almirola. Oh. Okay, well, let's do this again. We got probably less than 5 to go, if that. So, I don't know where freaking Blake Cook is. I don't even think he's in the top 10. Here we go. Green flag's back out. We're underway, and we'll get out to another really epic start. It's basically a green-white checkered, but it's not overtime, so we're going to go the scheduled distance. So I'm just going to try to do what I've been doing all race long, maintain the bottom here. Freaking William Byron moves up into second, so we got a new challenger for the race win now. So kind of skid a bit in turn 3, but we hang on to the lead for now. This freaking Joey Logano's in third. For a Cup guy to do so well, it's very rare. But obviously the white flag's out. Just going to keep the car on the bottom. But, you know, William Byron is right there. He got a good run off turn 2, but it's just not enough. We're going to head into turn 3, drift a little bit, maintain the bottom. It's not going to be enough. We'll come off turn 4. We'll win here at Richmond. Oh my God, that was a lot tougher than I thought. I mean, it was, they really didn't, they put up a hell of a fight. I mean, really, if I made one mistake or if I really botched the corner up really badly, I mean, I'm not gonna end up winning. So, damn, auto hard difficulty. They sure put up a fight. Here's the race results. We get the win. Logano 3rd, Elliott Sadler 5th. Bubba Wallace got 9th, and I saw Casey Kane in 10th. Blake Cook with a 19th place finish. That's terrible. Carl Long, I forgot to mention in yesterday's video, but he got freaking 9th at Bristol. I don't know how he did it, but he got 9th. And Michael Annett in like 8th. Freaking Allgaier again with a bad run. I think Sadler was in the top 5. Yeah, it seemed like a normal race where, oh, okay, Clemens was 6th, and okay, whatever. But yeah, it was. This is great for our championship hopes. I mean, we're going to extend that by a lot, and we do. By 20. Now we have a 28-point lead over Blake Cook, and Elliott Sadler is a little bit there, 11 points back from Blake Cook. And unfortunately, Jeff Green is no longer in the top 10. That is pretty damn sad. But, hey, Clemens is 10th now, so I guess that's cool. So with Richmond, we move on to Talladega. And that's going to be a very interesting race, so I'm looking forward to it. So here we got Talladega and then Charlotte. So, yeah, it's going to be a very different sort of weekend next week. So, yeah, we went from 2 short tracks. Now we're going to go from a super speedway to a 1.5 miles. So that's cute. So, yeah, pretty good season all around so far. I don't want to choke the way like the Truck Series. And again, we only had 12 races in the Truck Series. Like, the Truck Series, I swear, is harder than any other series in this game because you don't have as much laps. And it seems like, obviously, the trucks aren't that fast, but it's just so much harder. I don't know. Big shout out to my Tier 3 Patreon supporters at Reynolds, Roland Hofer, Weather Bros, KamikazeGames, Ronnie Lazzarine, Michael Harrison, Dave 500, Champ 15, Jeff Gorin, and Zach Rogers for your donation again. I can't thank you guys enough for your contribution and support to the channel. It does mean a lot to me, and I can't thank you guys enough for your help. See you all next race at Talladega. Fun fact, the Xfinity Daytona race in this championship mode was, I think, the first and only race that went caution-free. It's weird, but it definitely happened. So will that be another factor here at Talladega? I don't know. That's what he wants to find out. Why do I have to burp? Why? God. I'm so freaking impolite. Alright. I'll see you all later, and as always, have a good day, everyone.